Imagine spending $5,000 on a camera, stepping out into the field, and realizing within the first 5 seconds that everything you knew about resolution and speed has just been rendered completely obsolete. For years, the camera industry forced us to make a frustrating, expensive choice. If you wanted extreme, unmatched resolution for massive prints and pixel-perfect cropping, you bought a high-megapixel monster like the Sony Alpha 7 or Mark V, but you were forced to accept sluggish burst rates, heavy rolling shutter, and flow processing. On the flip side, if you wanted blistering speed, zero blackout, and cinema-grade video, you had to spend a massive premium on a flagship stack sensor machine like the Alpha 1 series, sacrificing that raw, high-resolution megapixels count. You could have one or the other, but never both in a single body. Until now, Sony has officially broken the matrix. The brand new Sony Alpha 7R Mark VI has arrived, and it is not just an incremental upgrade. It is an absolute, uncompromising monster that fundamentally rewrites the rules of photography and filmmaking. This camera does something the industry thought was physically and computationally impossible for a consumer-tier camera body. It takes a jaw-dropping, ultra-high-resolution 66.8 megapixel sensor and combines it with a fully stacked architecture. Let that sink in for a second. We are talking about a sensor that captures the microscopic texture of a bird's feather or the individual threads of a fashion garment miles away. But because it is fully stacked, it reads that massive data almost instantly. For the first time in history, you are looking at a resolution king that can shoot completely blackout-free at a staggering 30 frames per second in full, uncompressed 14-bit RAW. This isn't just a step forward for the R series. This is a tactical strike on the entire camera market, blurring the lines so heavily that it is already being called the ultimate flagship killer. Think about what this actually changes when you are holding this machine in your hands. In the past, high-resolution sensors were notoriously slow. The physical process of reading 60-plus megapixels row by row across a traditional sensor created a massive digital traffic jam. If you tried to shoot fast-moving sports, wildlife, or vehicles with an electronic shutter, we suffered from the dreaded rolling shutter effect, where straight lines looked warped, golf clubs bent like rubber, and fast-moving subjects became completely distorted. Because of that slow readout, your camera would choke, your viewfinder would black out between shots, and you were essentially shooting blind during critical moments. Sony solved this by re-engineering the very DNA of the sensor. The 66.8 megapixel monster inside the Alpha 7R Mark VI utilizes a fully stacked XMOR RSBSI design. By placing high-speed processing circuitry directly beneath the pixel layer, the camera achieves a readout speed that is over 5 times faster than its predecessor. This means the rolling shutter is effectively dead. You can track a hawk diving at 80 miles an hour or a supercar tearing down the track, capture it at 30 frames per second with a silent electronic shutter, and every single pixel remains geometrically perfect. No distortion, no lag, just pure, unadulterated speed married to standard setting clarity. But Sony didn't stop at raw speed. They paired this groundbreaking sensor with the new BIONZ XR2 processing engine, completely supercharged by a dedicated hardware AI processing unit. If you think your current camera's autofocus is good, this system will make it look ancient. The real-time AI recognition inside the Mark VI does not